Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Fallout 4 Mod Bundle. Last Mod Bundle, I asked you guys what you wanted to see, and there was overwhelming support for settler and non-faction character overhauls. So, that's what we're going to look at today. But a really quick note, if you really want to get the best out of these overhauls, watch all the way through to the end, because I'm going to have some notes on adjusting things and compatibility between the mods, because they don't all mesh super well together, but I have a couple of roads you can take, so stay to the end and you can see all that information. Okay guys, so first up we have Better Settlers by Tom293. This is a very popular and probably a pretty well-known mod amongst the community that adds a ton of new settler options. This mod adds hundreds of settler variants that will now spawn at your settlements, all with different faces, hairs, and armors, including integrated armors from the other DLCs. The only issue you might find with this mod is it may not integrate all of your modded armors, so keep that in mind whenever you're picking your mods for overhauling your settlers. Overall, this is by and large one of the easiest ways to overhaul your settlers and make them look a lot more varied and a lot more unique without having to put in too much work. It's important to note there's also a good bit of customizability when installing the mod through the FOMod. Whenever you first install Better Settlers, you will have the options to download the whole thing or only adjust the faces. So doing this will keep all of the vanilla items and everything, but only adds the 200 plus new faces. This is important later when we talk about compatibility with our other mods. The next option here is lollygaggers. So this will change how they walk whenever you ring the bell. It's a very small touch, but very good one to have. This is also a separate mod that you can download if you're not using Better Settlers. So essentially, if you ring the bell, rather than walking around slowly and having to wait a couple hours for all of your settlers to get there, they will now sprint to you as soon as you request them to. You can have the option to choose between dirty or clean faces, which is just a little touch depending on what you want for your settlers. You can choose to have them either have a varied set of armor, light armor, or heavy armor. You can pick gender ratios between vanilla, mostly female, and mostly male. And you can choose to have modded community assets, which will be on the mod page as to what is available. You can have community hair and clothing, or vanilla assets expanded, which is the DLC items in your game, or you can choose none. And finally, you have the mortal option. So vanilla settlers means that other NPCs that are attacking your settlements cannot kill your settlers. However, you can. Mortal changes it so that anybody can kill your settlers, and mortal soldiers will do the same thing, but increase your settlers to level 40 so they have a little bit more of a fighting chance. Alrighty, so next up we have the mod Beautiful Female Settlers by Recluse. Now this mod achieves something similar to Better Settlers, but a little bit different. So with Better Settlers, it actually added a bunch of new settler variants, whereas Beautiful Settlers will replace all of the vanilla variants of the settlers. And don't let the name fool you, it has since been updated to include male settlers as well. And a key thing that this mod does is it disperses a bunch of new hair for male and female, as well as facial hair for male characters, which is a nice little touch. There is also a compatibility patch between this and Better Settlers, so you can use them both. Better Settlers will add all of the new settlers, and Beautiful Female Settlers will replace the vanilla ones, so you have a nice mix match of both. Another thing about Beautiful Female Settlers is that it does not affect the leveled lists, so any armor mods you install will be able to work just fine with compatibility and have no issues. So speaking of armors, next up we have Clothing of the Commonwealth by Crimsomrider. This mod adds tons of new Nifscope armors to the game, all based on vanilla assets, and mix and matches them and has about 4 or 5 variations of each armor. So you shouldn't be running into a settler or raider that looks identical. Now I'm not going to show you every armor that this mod includes because we would be here for hours, but trust me when I say there's a lot, and you can see them all on the mod authors page. But this mod adds tons of armors, and more importantly they are integrated into the settler and raider leveled lists, so you will find them amongst your settlers if you install it correctly. There are quite a wide variety of outfits, from very well put together to very ragged, so you can find all walks of life throughout the Commonwealth wearing these different types of armors. And there are even some patches that kind of adjust the spawn rates. For example, I have one that make the ragged clothes appear a little less often. But yeah, this mod will definitely add a lot of life to your game and just bring more variants to your settlers, which is exactly what I'm trying to achieve here. To make them all look unique and wonderful when they show up at your settlement, so you don't get the same guy 5 times in a row. Okay, up next we have the Capital Wasteland Outfit Pack by HCGX Grill and TheFriedturkey. Part of the Capital Wasteland project, this mod adds a bunch of civilian-style outfits into your settler leveled lists, and they will only spawn on settlers, so this is the only way you're going to find these items. This mod will include a variety of jumpsuits and casual wear, including dresses and button-up shirts, as well as, like I said, the jumpsuits for military and mechanic use. And this will kind of just build upon the vanilla casual clothes that you would normally find in Fallout 4 and add some more variety and options whenever settlers show up. They may be wearing one of these or one of the other many outfits that we have to install today. Much like the last mod, this is just here to spice up your level list a little bit and make every settler individual and have their own unique style. Alright, and finally we have the Merc outfit pack by, again, HCGX Grill and TheFriedturkey, which adds even more armors from Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas into Fallout 4, specifically this time the mercenary type armors. And once again, these will be added to your settlers leveled list and nothing else, so you will only find these on settlers. This is, yet again, another wonderful armor mod that just adds more variety to your settlers and gives a nice little flashback to some older armors from the previous games. These definitely add a good variety for armored NPCs. Rather than having your traditional leather, combat, or metal armor, you can give them some pretty cool, unique outfits, especially if your settlers are supposed to be some kind of mercenaries. So yeah, guys, now that we've got that out of the way, let's take a look at how we make these mods work, because it's not as simple as just downloading them all and clicking play. Okay guys, so it really comes down to two options. Either you're going to use better settlers, and you're going to use the vanilla armors that are in the games and the DLCs, or you're going to scrap better settlers and just settle for beautiful settlers, but get all of the really cool new armors that we showed in the video. Although there are some compatibility patches for better settlers and for beautiful settlers, they don't get all of these armors to spawn correctly, and so if you really want the armor variety, go for beautiful settlers, but if you really want face variety, go for better settlers. So either way, I'm going to show you what you need to do. So if you are looking for face variety, you're going to install the mods as follows. First, install your better settlers, and when it pops up, you're going to choose bettersettlers.esp, which is going to add all of the really cool options that are available within Better Settlers. And you can take your no lollygagging as well. You can choose between dirty and clean faces, pick what armors you want to show up, and then what genders. Then you're going to add vanilla assets expanded, or optionally you can also choose community hair and clothing, but that's going to require you to install some additional armors and hair available on the mod page. And then for the mortal options, you pick whichever one you prefer and click install. Now, like I said, you can use beautiful female settlers with better settlers and it'll still give you a variety of faces. To do so, install beautiful female settlers, and when prompted, select BFS BS compatible VMSR. This is going to replace all of your female and male vanilla faces with the beautiful settlers faces and keep all of the better settlers the way that they are, and then click install. Now, if you're going to take the other route and go for the armors, we're not going to use better settlers at all. We're going to first install beautiful female settlers, and when prompted, you're going to select BFS no BS VMSR. That means that it does not require better settlers, and it will replace the male vanilla faces. Install it like that, and then add your armor mods. Simple as that. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you found at least some of what I said to be useful to you and your load order. You can really pick and choose with these mods which ones you want and don't want, and it has a high rate of customizability. You just gotta be careful and make sure you don't overwrite anything and, you know, all that fun, complicated mod jargon. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, and if you're new to the channel and you want to see more Fallout modding content, consider subscribing. We've got a lot more on the way. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.